Hi there, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sweet Smiling Soul. Today I am talking to you from the holiday apartment we are staying in on the Gold Coast in Australia. So we've been here for the past week, enjoying the sunshine and soaking up the beach, and I really don't want to go home. So yeah, tomorrow we will be going home. This week I've been thinking about what video to record as well. It's kind of like we're on a working holiday kind of thing this week, so I knew that I had to record something this week, but I mean the Gold Coast was distracting me quite easily. So it's Thursday now and the video is due tomorrow on my timeline anyway. I've been trying to stick to a weekly long form video every Friday for the past few months, and so far I'm doing really well. So I really don't want to break the streak, if that makes sense. So yeah, yesterday I went to Spotlight, and yes, there's a Spotlight in Melbourne, there's spotlights everywhere here in Australia, but I thought I might just go and check out the one on the Gold Coast and see if they have anything different that maybe the Melbourne Spotlight that I go to normally doesn't have. Maybe they have a few different things. So yeah, my dad actually gave me a Spotlight voucher for my birthday, which was really nice. So that was another reason to go and explore yesterday. Normally I pack like a sewing kit of some kind. It's interesting because I always pack crafty things, but I don't often sit down and actually do the craft like when I'm on holiday. And so after making this Bob Dylan inspired jacket for the last few weeks, I kind of started feeling like I needed a break from the whole patchwork hand sewing thing. And so when I was packing my bags for this trip, I didn't really feel called to put together a sewing craft travel kit. Instead, I brought these watercolors, travel watercolors, but I haven't taken them out of the bag, so it's always away. So when I pack craft supplies, I often don't use them, but then when I don't pack anything, I crave it and I want it. I purposely didn't pack sewing things, but then a few days into the trip, I was like, man, I wish I packed some sewing things. Anyway, so that was, yes, again, another reason to go to Spotlight yesterday, because I wanted to find some kind of holiday activity that I could do that was sewing related. And I came across these long stitch kits, and there were a few different designs, and I decided to go with this one here. So I'm going to attempt to create this. It says it's quick and easy. I've never done it before, but it's not like cross stitch, which would take a really long time. It looks like I could probably do it in a day. So I'm going to make this for fun and relaxation. It's kind of an overcast day here today, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on the beach, because that's been another thing. I haven't wanted to work on my work. I've wanted to just lay on the beach because it's literally right there and it's calling me every morning. So yeah, I think today being our last day here, being kind of overcast and a bit rainy, I think I'll just work on this sewing project. So yeah, let me show you that. I also want to share some little bits that I bought yesterday. So if you've been following along from the beginning, you know that I try to use what I have in my fabric stash. So I don't like to buy new fabric. I try to avoid it where I can. Sometimes I'll explore the remnants bin at Spotlight or a fabric store, and I'll collect some different pieces that stand out to me. But buying new fabric, unless I have a specific thing that I want to make, like a dress for a special event, or maybe I need some new clothes and I want to choose some fabrics that suit me, then I'll buy new fabric. But when I'm making kind of crafty projects, I'll try and just avoid getting anything new and use whatever's in my stash. but that being said, yesterday I had a voucher to spend, so I decided to get some little quilting fabrics here. So I got 3 bundles, and Spotlight had a massive sale on, so this was really cool. This bundle here was like $60 down to $35 or something, so that was good. There's lots of little floral pieces in here, so they're just like fat quarters, and I got more florals. I'm definitely a floral girl. These ones are kind of retro florals, so I was really happy to find those. I don't have anything like that in my stash, so yeah, but these stood out to me because now that I've made the Bob Dylan inspired denim jacket, I'm feeling more inspired to upcycle denim, and I feel like floral prints and denim go really well, so I'm hoping to use some of these in my upcoming projects. And I feel like you can do a lot with one fat quarter. Like if you're into patchwork and things, you know, you can connect so many different pieces, and that really goes a long way. Like I have a lot of fat quarter scraps in my stash, and I've had them for years. When I decide to create some kind of project, often it's a patchwork kind of project, and yeah, even the small pieces, you know, they can all be put together to create bigger fabric. And I find that, you know, when I do collect these kinds of fabrics, I have them for a long time. It can go a long way. So that is what I bought. So just fabric yesterday, and this kit. So I'm going to open it up, have a look at the instructions and get started, and then I think I might just put like a time lapse together, see how I go. I think it will take me just today or the afternoon to make, but if it's longer, then no worries. I'm going to just show you me starting it and talk about how it's going and if I'd recommend it, and then I can show you the finished product in another video. Let's get crafty. So the kit comes with some wool and this mono canvas, they're calling it, 10 count mono canvas. So they've printed the pattern on here already, which helps, and then you just know what colors to use, and you can just follow the guide, which is really helpful. Like I do just want something quick and enjoyable and nothing that's going to be too complicated. So I do like that it's already printed on here and you don't have to kind of count. Then it comes with the instructions, and then it also comes with a couple of rods, dowel rods, so once you finish you can hang it on the wall. And it also came with a needle and a needle threader, which I'm really happy about because I didn't bring anything sewing related. So that's good. The only thing I don't have is a lap frame. That's what they're calling it. I don't have that. Like they say that for best results use a lap frame, but yeah, I don't have that. I think I'm just gonna, use my hands to hold, you know, just do the best I can with what I've got, you know, so I think it'll still be fine. The stitches that they mention in the instructions are a long vertical stitch or a horizontal stitch, and it's pretty straightforward. I don't think it's anything too difficult. They do have a French knot in here, but I've done a lot of French knots before when I'm doing embroidery on denim and things, so I feel like I had a lot of practice with that. The French knots are going to be filled in for the sun, so it might take a long time, but you know, that's fine. The other stitch that they do is just for the stems of the leaves, and it's a back stitch, and I've done that before too. So I don't think I'm gonna struggle too much with the technique. It's more just like the time, and we've got scissors here, which I'm happy about because I didn't bring any scissors. But yeah, I think I'm good to go. Another thing I will say is that the colors aren't the same as they are on the box. So you can see these are kind of like blush pink colors, I guess. But yeah, what came in the box was orange and they're calling this pinky color, like a peach color. It's nothing really to worry about. Like I still like the colors, like they're going to look all good together. But yeah, I think I was drawn to these more earthy colors when I first picked it. But you know what? It's fine. So far it's pretty easy. I've just started with the orange at the bottom corner. Now I think I have to finish this thread off and then start again in between the leaves here, because they did say something in the instructions about like skipping over to different lines, like might leave you with not enough thread at the end. Yeah, I don't want to risk it, so I think I'm just going to finish it off and then start again. So that part of the process, especially around the leaves, might be a little bit tedious, and it's pretty quick. Like I did this just within a couple of minutes, so I think it could be one of those projects that is done by the end of the day. We'll see. So I just realized that I probably should have covered this bottom line here. I can also see the outline, which isn't ideal, so I think I will have to undo this. It didn't take me long to do, so I think that's okay, but I will have to undo it and start again. I'm glad that I realized that now and not later. So yeah, I am going to do that and keep going. I've finished the bottom section, so I've done all the stitches here. Did make a few mistakes, so that kind of held me back a little bit. I had to kind of undo what I did, and it was mostly just like accidentally skipping a colour, like it's skipping a box where the colour should be. So I just have to kind of unravel it, but then also forgetting that I needed to stop, especially around here and here, forgetting that I needed to stop so that there's this kind of line that goes all the way across. I did forget that a few times, so I had to like unstitch. So I think now that I've done that bottom section and I've had a bit of practice, the rest of it should be pretty straightforward. And hopefully, if I'm mindful enough, I won't have to unstitch any of the work along the way. Alrighty, I am going to call it a day. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would, but it is very relaxing and meditative, so I'm quite happy that it's not over yet. But it's 3:30 now and it's the last day of holidays, so I'm going to go and get a massage, which I think is really good timing because I've been hunched over stitching away and yeah, I'm feeling a bit stiff. So yeah, I've been working on the leaves and I've just got a few more to do before I move on to the background, which is just using the white wool. I'm enjoying doing the leaves because I don't have to think about this line that I've had to think about in the other sections. So the reason why they do that is because some of the stitches can be too long and then it'll just look a bit too loose. They break it up a bit, but with the leaves the distance isn't that far, so they've just kept it pretty straightforward. I realized that the sun is filled with French knots and it's probably going to take me a long time, so it's probably good that I'm stopping here for today and I can continue on our way home over the weekend, and then once it's done I'll show you probably in the next video. That is enough for today. I also wanted to share with you some of the things that I found at Spotlight yesterday that I didn't purchase, but I plan to maybe purchase similar things in the near future. I recently created this Bob Dylan inspired denim jacket, which you might have seen already. If you haven't, you can watch the 3-part series on that. And now that that's finished, I'm looking for my next denim project. And I thought it might be cool to recreate the denim dress that Brittany Murphy wore in the movie Uptown Girls. And yeah, it's like, I'll put a picture here. It's really colourful. There are patches of butterflies and flowers, and yeah, but the pictures that I found on Pinterest only seem to show the front of it, which I think is fine. It's not going to be a project that is as big as the Bob Dylan jacket was, because I'm thinking to purchase some motifs. Yesterday when I was at Spotlight, I saw a whole bunch of patches and motifs that I can iron on or stitch on, and I just don't think it's going to take so long if I'm getting some iron-on applique features. So that's going to be the next project, so I'll keep you in the loop about that. I'm talking about all the patches and things, but first I think I need to find the dress. So I was looking online. It's a little bit tricky to find a denim dress. It's kind of like an overall dress, so I feel like I'm gonna have to go to like some vintage stores in Melbourne and yeah, just hunt one down somehow. Maybe on eBay or Depop, I'll just have a look. So I kind of need the dress first before I can really think about the motifs and things that I want to add to it. But being at Spotlight yesterday got me inspired, so yeah, I think that'll be the next project, hopefully, if I can find the dress. Otherwise, there is an endless list of projects that I have. I'm never going to be out of projects, so it's not the end of the world if the denim dress isn't the next one. There'll be something else. If you enjoyed watching this video, then I invite you to like, comment, let me know your thoughts, share it with a crafty friend, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you next time.